All right, thank you everybody for joining me today for morning coffee. Catherine Davies was supposed to be here. I should say is supposed to be here, but she's not. So I am just going to assume. So you have to bear with me because we're going to talk about accountability today. And I haven't really prepared for that because I was expecting Catherine to be here. So you guys are going to be helping me to talk about accountability, right? Accountability. All right, so here's a question for you. And just remember that I'm kind of winging this, so I need some participation, right, Heather? You're going to jump in and help me out about accountability. What is one goal that you have been avoiding? One thing that you're supposed to be doing that you've been avoiding? Balbir, she's thinking, I don't avoid it.
Collecting stuff for the taxes.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. I'm with you 100%. Balbir. Go ahead, Lynn. What is one thing that you've been avoiding?
Well, tomorrow's my 15-year anniversary, and I still haven't sent out invites to my customers. So I need to plan that and get it done in the next week.
Today is a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Now is always a good time.
Yeah, that's right. Michael, what have you been avoiding?
That's a good question. It's one I don't have an answer. I've been avoiding giving an answer to this question.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Peter.
Normally I'd say taxes, but I've actually got that started. It's been stalled because the thing that always takes me longest is doing the expenses, and bookkeeping is always flawed, and you have to fix that, and then have to figure out what falls under operating expense, other expenses. So it's 75% done. I just have to do that part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when it comes to taxes, that's a tough one. Yeah, Mimi can help with that for sure. Go ahead, Mimi. I'm going to pick on you next. What have you been avoiding?
Nothing. I don't avoid.
Are you just saying that because it's bad business to say that you avoid come on.
No, I don't believe really in that mechanism. I just take it and put it in my calendar. And I have a rule. And my rule is I can't move that thing in my calendar more than twice. So if the first time I don't feel like it because I'm already working on something, or the second time the occasion comes up because there's an emergency, the third time I have to relate to it like it's as fixed as a holiday coming.
Okay.
And I can't move it. So there's no avoidance. I already have the mechanism in place. Now, if there's something that I don't really want to do, I just deal with the fact of why I don't want to do it, and I get to the bottom of that.
You know, when Mimi talks about things, I think about those people who do their Christmas shopping in the summer. They're that organized, right? Heather, Heather, you're up next. What things do you avoid?
Yeah, I shop all year round, so the very next day I buy Christmas presents for the next I know I'm a little bit like Mimi, but I have to say, just because we're still at the start of this year, it's more POCs getting back in touch with with potential clients.
Right. Yeah. There's a bit of fear. Lynn, I picked on you already, right? No, I didn't. Go ahead. Did I? Oh, John's here. Yeah.
Yes, you
Go
did.
ahead. I did. Okay. Renee.
Well, there is a training that I paid for back in, I guess, early December, and I haven't completed that training yet. So it's something that is in my list, and I always have an excuse why not, but I need to avoid that one. I need to take it.
Yeah. Hey, John, how are you? I'm gonna ask you next. Go ahead. I know you don't know the question. I'm picking on you, man. We're talking about accountability, and the question is, what thing are you supposed to be doing that you've been avoiding?
Me?
Yeah.
Waking up earlier.
Yeah, I get that. I get it. Why do you think that we push things off? Why do we push things off?
Well, I pushed off something last week. I was actually going to do it, and I've been saying I'm going to do it for a long time, and it's called Sip and Mingle. And it was just too cold out Thursday night. I just didn't feel like going out. So there's my one thing. It was cold out. That was my excuse.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a rebuttal for you on that. drinking wine or alcohol will warm you up. Plus, the people there are just so friendly that
Oh my,
you would no longer be cold. Unless
that's
they
right.
give you the cold shoulder, which would be.
I feel like
That's
human
right.
beings, they just take the path of least resistance, right?
Yeah.
So, whatever's easiest, we'll convince ourselves over and over again that that's the right decision, even though like we know there's not, right? For me,
That's
I have two personalities. I have Morning John and Night John. Night John, he takes from Morning John all the time, right? He's a taker. Morning John's the giver, right? Morning John's the one who wants to get at it, do all the right things. But Night John, man, he wants to eat after 11 o'clock at night. He wants to stay up till like 3 in the morning. He wants to watch like a 4 hour podcast. He wants to, you know what I mean? I feel like
Binge
I got a
watch.
split personality, and one's responsible and one's not responsible. And it's
Yeah,
so I've been
I
telling
wrestle with that.
myself, I watched the Joe Rogan podcast and he said something, and I thought it was really funny because it was like singing to my heart. And he said that he sort of has something like that too. He called it something different. He said he has the general, right? And it's a personality within him. And the general is the guy who tells him, he's like, if I don't put the general in charge, I'm a mess, right? And when the general comes in, he governs everything. And I was like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to get a general. And the general needs to come in and govern everything. He needs to be the boss, you know? Night John needs to be fired. The governor needs to come in, and he needs to just take over and make sure you're doing all the right things. The problem is, like, the general, he's the guy whose path of not least resistance, right? He's like, do it the hard way, get it done, take your payoff later to be worth it.
Yeah, that's a tough
Like,
one.
but yeah, Night John, man, yeah.
So,
So that's how I'm
okay.
at.
Well, before I go for it, because you hit on some of the points that I want to make here about the general or the boss, right?
Yeah.
Michelle. So, here's the question: what things do you put off? What's one goal that you have been avoiding that you're pushing off?
I think I put off less things for the business than I put off for personal
Mm,
because, I think business has got to get done, but then things I think, oh, I'd like to do this for myself or, get involved in something, else, then I say, well, later. I think that's kind of where I run into that.
yeah, so it's interesting because I guess it would mean the same, Sandra, when you are looking at personal things and business things, because with business, you don't have a boss, right?
Right.
You're your own boss.
Right.
There's no reviews, that you've got to do certain things so that you're going to get a good review.
Yeah.
There's no real deadlines. I mean, you set the deadlines, but then you can move the deadline, right? So you have that flexibility.
Yes.
So but imagine if you had a boss. Imagine if you had to deliver things on Friday because the boss said it had to be on my desk by Friday. You better get that on my desk by Friday. You get it on the desk by Friday, right? But because you're the boss,
Yes.
it's hard to do that. So what could you put in, what can you put in place to avoid the things? Because sometimes for me, it comes down to just plain ordinary laziness, right? Just plain and simple. But I'm busy. I'm busy, John. I'm busy. I'm running around but I'm doing the things that I like that are the
Mm.
path of least resistance. There's no friction in those things, but there's a lot of movement, right? And I feel like, whoo, I did a lot today. But those things that must be done, that take the most energy, those things I push off. And those things that are critical, sometimes 3 weeks later, 3 weeks of me doing all those other things, moving around, feeling busy, they're not getting done, right? Peter, that's talking to the accounting, right? Like all the things that you have to do. That's important,
I think that probably the thing that I would say if I had to say something I put off would be like getting all the accounting stuff done every month, like everything done properly every month. Like then you do it all at the end or every at the end of the quarter or something like that, and you do get it sorted out, but you didn't kind of keep it up as well as you should have. I think that's kind of
So think about this. Think about this, right? And I think, Sandra, I think the whole accounting thing, I think that's a pain for a lot of people, right? Like nobody, I don't think anybody here goes, man, I can't wait to do those numbers today. I just can't wait to go through and get my receipts together today, right?
exactly.
Not really. But I try to think about what if, what if those things that you have been putting off, that you did it today? What do you think about what do you think you'd feel like tomorrow? Like it's done, right? The accounting is done.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, then you feel great as long as you didn't drop the ball on something else.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I avoided doing all the stuff I had to do today just to get the accounting done. But imagine if all things being equal, that those things that you've been pushing off, John, that you said, you know what, screw it. You know, you put on the most comfortable clothes and you get to it, right? And you get it done.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I'd be surprised if everyone here hasn't at least had that in their life, right? Like everyone's done it, right? Everyone's done the thing where they put it off, right?
Yes.
And they've been taking the easy path, the easy route for too long. But I feel like everyone's done this, right? Like finally you roll up your sleeves, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do these things that I've been putting off for a while. And you do it, and then when you're done, you feel so much better. You feel like, oh my gosh, this is
Totally.
great, and it's like it's almost like a weight off your shoulders. I watched an interview with Jeff Bezos. I don't know, he's on like some talk show at some point, and he said something really interesting. He was like something to the effect, and it's like not word for word, but he said something to the effect of like the source of like your stress and your anxiety and all this is from inaction, right?
Right.
He's like oftentimes, like depression and anxiety or like just feeling pressure or feeling not good. Um, the source of that is actually just inaction because you're not doing anything right, about it, right? You're just sort of like in this rut.
Uh-huh.
And even if it's a huge mountain to climb, the moment you get started, all of a sudden you feel so much better and it comes like it sort of it it has like a downstream effect on everything else.
Yeah.
And I found that really interesting because I found it to be very true. Is like when you
Gets
finally get
momentum
to it and
going.
you're doing these things. Yeah, yeah. And as far as accountability goes, although we're all our own boss, there is one like major accountability for all of us, and it's not necessarily ourselves. It's our business, right? Like our
Uh-huh.
business is going to hold us damn accountable if we've been too reactionary and not proactive enough, right? Like all of a sudden, that thing's gonna come up, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, I'm getting
Yeah.
punished now. I'm getting punished for not doing the things I was supposed to do."
Go ahead,
Uh,
Peter. Oh, yeah,
so
sorry, finish, John. So I thought that you're done. Sorry.
yeah, I'm pretty much done. That was my point.
No, but you know what? Because if you think about it, if you got that thing done, we've all been in a place where opportunity comes by that you cannot meet because you didn't do the thing, right? And then you lose out, right? So I hate it when that happens, right? You want to avoid that. Go ahead, Peter.
So what I realize in terms of what I put off, it's usually either something that I know I have to do, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to take the effort of figuring it out how to do it is what's uh, postponing my effort, or it's something I know how to do, but there's risk involved. So those are the
Mm.
two circumstances where I put things off. Uh, what I try to do to combat that is I do what I call Peter programming, which is basically list of things I need to do to figure out how to do it. So I have like a plan to execute, and that's often effective in getting me going. In terms of risk, it's just like I just have to accept the risk and roll the dice and react to what happens. And if I take that chance, even if things go wrong, usually I'm in a better place emotionally because I've taken on the challenge. I've either achieved something or I've got to the next step, even if it's like a new problem I have to resolve.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's the two situations that I have to overcome.
So have you ever thought though, like I think about the case of the mugs, right? So I can do the mugs, right? That's what I do. And I got to get mugs done. But to get the mugs done, it's going to take time, right? I mean, it's not the primary thing I do, right? I can take, I can go out there, I can find the mugs, I can get them done. Or I look to the network and I know that there's somebody in the network that does mugs. Now listen, if anybody needs mugs, by the way, or shirts or hats or whatever else, you know who to go to, right?
Heather.
Heather, right?
Heather.
Heather. And guess what? A thing that would take me hours to do, hours, right? If not days, takes me 5 minutes because I just tell Heather, I need you to do this, right? Renee just told me about the fact that he could have spent another day looking at that code and trying to figure out what was going on, right? But what he did was he made a phone call to Peter, and then it was solved, right? Like think about it, right? Um, you could spend the time and try and sort it out yourself. And yes, there's a benefit to that. I'm not knocking it, but sometimes we don't think about the network that we have and the things that you can solve just by offloading it to somebody else, right? Like why do it yourself if you can hand it off to somebody else and then focus on the things that you're the best at. There's some things that I'm not the best at, right? I'm not the best at organizing. By the way, I do want to let everybody know Sungi and she was one of my first people that I interviewed on the first 1,000 Day podcast. Thank you very much. And she talks about how she uh, helps people declutter and to organize their space. And so we're going to go around in a minute and just have everybody kind of introduce themselves and tell everybody what they do. But I want you to think about it though. When it comes to accountability, what do you want to be accountable to yourself for, and what things can you hand off? Is there something that you can think about now, Heather, that you could hand off that is bogging you down, that is taking up your time, that you're pushing off?
Unless I can replicate myself.
When you figure that out, let me know, okay?
Because when I said no, POCs, meaning points of contact, the only person that can really do that, unless I was to hire a sales rep, would be myself.
Right. Right. Or you hire.
That is my business.
Would an AI agent help you with that? Like what we learned with Jeremy, would that help?
I have talked to Jeremy. No.
No, really, eh? Okay, John. And you're on mute, John.
My bad. Yeah, I just wanted to say something to strengthen your point, but I think I don't know if this might speak volumes to some people, and it's a revelation I came to just regarding outsourcing some things that you can, you know what I mean, that would take you a very long time, that someone within your network would be able to do like just instantly. It's kind of like in their wheelhouse. And in the early days of business, money was super tight, right? So I was trying to do everything myself. Like whether it be artwork was the big one because I didn't know how to do it at all, right? So like I'd download a program, I would sit there and try and learn the program. It would take me all day to learn it. And the next thing you know, like I've burnt an entire day trying to like do something extremely simple, like make a poster. This is before like, we're going back like 11 years now. This is before, Canva and all this other stuff. Like AI was not a thing at that point. Um, But I came to this this revelation that if I, even though money's tight, right? Because like my biggest thing was like the money, right? Like I don't want to spend X amount on getting this done when I can do it myself. I know if I just roll up my sleeves, I'll get the job done. But then I realized like that's kind of a not so smart way to look at it, because my time is better spent making that money. And all of a sudden I realized I could have made twice as much doing my thing and making money my way than I would have spent on somebody to do it for me, right? So someone could have saved me more time than I would have, you know what I mean? Like I would have made more money in the time I spent doing this, and it actually cost me more because I invested more of my time, right? So you got to look at it like that. Like time is money, money is time, whatever. But don't get yourself trapped in this thing where it's like, okay, I do it myself, whatever, because money is my constraint. Think to yourself, is my time better spent focusing on my business, making money? Will I make this money, right?
Now, how many people here actually view their time as valuable? Okay. So if you view your time as valuable, why do we not do what John is talking about, which is to recognize the value of our time to actually do the things that our business requires and offload those other things that are going to be time consuming, that you're not going to be good at, that even if you were to spend that day learning it, you're probably not going to be at any proficiency to do it properly anyway. So why not spend that money and then free up your time, which is it has a higher price point, right? So why is that? Because everybody put up their hand, right? Everybody put up their hand, but yet we still do it. Why?
Well, I think it's two things, right? The first thing is you think the barrier is low, right? Like at least for me in the early days, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this real quick. I should be able to handle this real fast. And then the next thing you know, you're like hours deep in something you thought was going to take you 5 minutes. And
And
then
then you feel invested. You feel
yeah,
invested because you've already put in the 4 hours.
100%. And then the other thing I think is just not not strategically thinking, right? Like you're not really the task is on your mind so much that you're not thinking strategically how to get it done, and you're just focused on like what is going to definitely get this done for me right now, my way. And it's so top of list that you're actually not thinking deep into how to get the job done.
Mm,
Potentially.
mm, mm. Okay. Anyone else?
I think there's also an element of the scarcity conversation going on. Like, I can get this done cheaper if I do it myself. But you don't really say to yourself, if I could do it for myself in this amount of time, and draw a line and say, okay, if it's going past whatever it is, 1 hour, 3 hour, whatever it is, right? Time for me to get help. You don't say that to yourself, because if you knew what the line in the sand was, you'd stop the action and take a new one.
That's really
That's a good
important
point.
because we never do that. Absolutely. Somebody else. You were going to say something, Sandra.
That's a good point, because I think the other thing is when it comes to, like, say what you're doing, you're the salesperson of your business. You're the person. We all know sales is not like 100% predictable. It's predictable in terms of if you do enough of it, you'll get a certain percentage, right? But sometimes when you need to hire somebody, you're like, can I do enough of it quick enough to have enough money to pay? Because I would not
Yeah,
want to
that's right.
not pay them.
That's right.
I don't want to not pay them. That nobody likes a client like that.
Okay, let me ask a really key question here. How many people feel that they are the best salesperson for their business?
I think I am.
Right? How many people feel that if you hired somebody else, they'd be a better salesperson for your business? Okay, okay. Interesting, Renee. Okay. Um, I find anybody else? Renee, just the only one, or anybody else, Sangi? No, maybe. Okay. So here's the thing. I find that there's two things that I'm really good at, right? I'm really good at the production side because I'll get in there and I can build stuff out pretty quick and make it sexy and whatever if I'm focused on it and not distracted. But I'm really good at sales, right? So for me, I when it comes to things like oh man, like even designing stuff or doing accounting or all that stuff, that is not my wheel. Like I could do it, but what a waste of time for me, right? Now, is it important for me to do it? Absolutely. But I need to find somebody that is better at it. There are actually people that take joy out of numbers. They love it. Let them do it. I'll pay them, get it, and then focus on the sales. The time that would take me to sit down and go through all my accounting, if that were handed off to somebody else and I were to apply that time to networking and direct sales, I would have better results. Anybody's thoughts on that? Well, Lynn, I'm going to pick on you because I see the way that you engage with people. We were at the Barter Pay event together and stuff. Like, could you imagine putting somebody else in that spot?
No, I mean, you're your brand, right? I could put somebody else there, but who would they be selling to? And it's not the same. I'm there to attract the people that I want to do business with. And I feel like my business does well because people like me. And so when you're authentic, you attract the business that should be surrounding you.
So how many people here would say the same thing, that people come to you because they like you?
I have a point. I think that's true. And I do think that's true for my business as well. But I also have learned, I think if you found the right person, you could increase your efforts by having people who were also good at sales. The trick is they're not as easy to find. Like anything else, finding the right person and being able to pay them the right amount to keep them and so forth and so on until you can get like a big business going. I think that's the tricky stage.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And by the way, if anybody's ever hired people to do sales, it's tough. It's like
Yeah.
you go through 100 people, you're right?
Yeah.
And the problem is all the money that you saved up to hire that person is going to get burnt out on the
Yes.
worst people that you could have hired. Sorry,
I-
go ahead. Lynn had up her hand first.
I'll just add that obviously, I mean, I'm building a team too. So yes, it's Sandra, right? I keep
Yes.
saying Michelle.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
And
Yes, I'm sorry.
Sandra's right. You know, I also surround myself, not people to replace me, but people to add on to the team. And as
Right.
a team, we do sell more because we feed off of each other's energy and we help each other out. So I'm not necessarily, you know, I'm finding other people do sales, but not to replace me, but to add on to what we're doing.
Hey, Lynn, just real quick, and then we'll go to Heather. Of the number of people that you build onto your team, what is the success rate of, like, how many of those people would you say,
Oh,
rise to?
it's a numbers game. I have yet to find another me,
Mhm.
Of
but
course.
but
That's the point.
I do have a couple really strong leaders in my team, and they're now finding other leaders. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's going in the right direction.
All right, Heather.
Yeah, totally agree. I just want to give another point of view on this. Many of you know that I bought the business actually 5 years come April. And did we see a decrease in sales? Not, I mean, it's hard to judge because we were in COVID and we were technically shut when I bought it. However, the people, I mean, I have never considered my sales as a strength for me. Mine is more of a marketing brain than a sales brain. However, I've worked in enough companies and with enough sales teams, I understand the whole process of sale. So for me, could I find somebody who could do it better? Absolutely. And as Lynn says, I am the brand. People are coming to me because of who I am, not because of necessarily the products that I sell. If I really wanted to push the product side of what I sell, yeah, anybody could do it. I mean, I did it. I came in, although I was already in this world, I came in, I sold, I'm doing just as well as the previous owner, that okay, it's possible. But I just think that it's really a two-sided coin that you cannot have one without the other. You have to look at both sides in order to be successful at that. And in Lynn's case, where she's hiring a team, that's awesome. I would love to be able to hire a team and be able to, expand and be able to do better, and take some of that sales off my plate because I feel I don't do well. But still, I would want to be involved because I am the face, I am the brand, I am the person that people are going to come to in order to have expertise.
Right, for sure, for
But I
sure.
can train somebody.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Mimi.
Yeah, so can't remember who it was already, but somebody said that you can't, it's hard to find somebody that's like you. And it is. You're never going to find somebody that's like you, but you can train somebody to say, in this kind of situation, I would do this, or I would do that, or I would do this, so that they know. Now, it's something that happens over time because the experiences that show up that
Mhm.
you would share with somebody else will just show up when they show up. It's not like you're saying, there's not like there's a rule book or anything else like that. But that person also has to have a propensity to to learn how you think so that they can represent you and your branding where it's appropriate.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Listen, we're gonna go around the room and just tell everybody what you're doing. Tell everybody what you're doing. Also, if I know that John has some things coming up. I know Jeremy's doing a presentation on government grants. Listen, I'm telling you, if you are interested in that, just hear out what Jeremy's is saying because we do have an event coming up
Is
for
that
that.
event online, Ivan?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's online. Yeah, and listen, it's something that everybody should be jumping in on. So let's go around. But I want you to also think of collaboration because I'll tell you one thing that keeps me accountable is when I have other people that I'm working with on different things because then they call me up. Like Heather will call me up and go, Ivan, do you see the business cards? Like, did you see it? Like she's on me, right? If not, then I'm in La La Land, right? So I need for you guys to think about when you're talking and presenting who you are, like talk about what you need and if you could partner with somebody, what partnership are you looking for right now? All right. Okay, so I'm gonna start with all right. I'm gonna start with Sandra.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sandra Spiller, and I'm the owner of Mileage Tracker,
Yes,
where
she
we turn
is.
your
Oh, sorry.
business mileage into tax-free money. So, for all of the you business owners who have to drive to do what you do for a living, now, if you only do your business online, we're not for you. But for the people who get out there and have to show up, all the sales people, all the contractors, all the real estate people, all the caterers, all the photographers who do wedding photography, all those things, and you probably know 16 other people. We're your person because mileage is worth a fortune to people. A lot of people don't realize that, but it really is. But the trick is you have to have the right paperwork that to get the money and keep it. Oh, anybody can write a number down on the tax form, but if you don't have the backup paperwork when they come and ask you, you don't get to keep the money. So let's keep the money is our job, is our motto is let's keep the money because it's a lot of money. And we tell people that can help people pocket $2,500 to $4,000 a year uh, of money you didn't pay the government because we will do all your tracking and all your paperwork. The stuff we were talking about before that we kept putting off all that paperwork that nobody wanted to get to. We've done the paperwork. You don't have to do it. We're just going to send it to you. It's already done. So that's what we're doing. And we've got some great things to report. If I can get a minute to just report a couple of great things, as we have just come off of doing what we do, everybody's year-end reports, where this is where people get to see what their number is they're going to write off on their tax form and how much money they're probably saving. And we were able to say, how did it turn out this year? We can prove our point. So for the people that were incorporated in Canada, their average deduction with us was $9,452,
Wow.
and they can deduct our service. So assuming that there's different tax, we can only make estimates because there's different corporate tax rates. If you're at the lowest tax rate, 9%, and you're at the next one, it's 15. So people are going to save somewhere between $3,400 and $4,400 in tax
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
don't have to
brilliant.
pay the government. Okay.
And listen, we have it, and I think we're somewhere around that
Yes,
$5,000 mark.
I was to
So
say, did you look at your stuff? Good.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, thank you, thank you. And like, it blows me away, but thank you, and I highly recommend it. And it's so nice that you stop the car and you take 3 steps and you get this little thing on your phone that says, "Oh, you just finished a 30-kilometer trip, right?" And you just say, "Okay, yeah, that was business. I was going to go see John because I promised him a cappuccino." So all that stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway,
For
thank
those who are
you.
self-employed, the average was 60%. And since the average operating expenses they save in Ontario for operating a car is around $10,000. And then there's your depreciation, which could be up to another 6,000. So those people we figure are going to be writing off somewhere around
Well,
$7,100, and they're going to be saving.
share your information in the chat because I want to get through everybody before we
Okay.
wrap up. I don't
Yeah,
want to cut
anyways, all
anybody
I was
off at
going
the
to
end.
say is it proved that we were right. We're saving people $2,500 to $4,000 in their pocket. We really are.
Fantastic. Thank you
Really
so
are.
much.
Yeah.
Sungi, you're up.
Hi everyone, my name is Sung Hee. I do interior decorating and home organizing. So I go to people's homes to help them create a better system or decorate their house to make their space feels nice and easy to maintain. Yeah, and that's what I do. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sungi. Thank you. Okay, Lynn.
So I love showing people how to improve their space and their body to be healthier. And I do that through 2 ways. With Enyo is getting the chemicals out of your house so you can clean naturally just using fibers and water. And then using this really revolutionary technology that is just simply a patch that you put on every day, and that puts your body into a healing state and reactivates your stem cells so you can reverse aging and fix all those issues.
Wonderful. Yeah. Terrific. Okay. Michael.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Michael Palme, and I help people sleep better at night. I do that by finding out my client's financial goal and then putting together a plan to help them reach those goals. I'm with Nelson Mellon Associates, the cooperators in beautiful Dundas, Ontario.
Fantastic. Okay. Valbir.
Good morning again. I help people get access to the legal system at a very affordable rate, as well as the identity theft monitoring and restoration. And if you are a member of Legal Shield, you also get a discount with Sandra's little product. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Great stuff. All right. Renee.
Good morning, everyone. I'm René Rocha. The company is Vivero Digital, and we help small and mid-sized business owners to put their business in front of the right people, the right audience with the right message to drive sales and conversion. So we do this through digital marketing. So we do everything from the analysis of the market all the way to retargeting. We use different different digital marketing techniques for that one. We don't just provide one service, we provide systems for that one. So we incorporate different techniques to make it happen. So this is what we do in digital and Vivero Digital.
Wonderful. So, and don't forget to put your information in the chat so that people can then scoop it.
Okay.
All right. Peter.
So I'm your web mechanic for your WordPress website. What
Yes,
I do
you
is
are.
help business owners get their website up to newer, better level. Generally, I'm working with established companies who already have a website. They have some custom functionality they want to implement, or they have some nagging issue that needs to be fixed and they don't know how to do it themselves. If you're in that position, please call up your web mechanic and I'll be glad to help you. I've left my information on the chat, so just give me a call or email or whatever you need to do to get in contact with me.
Brilliant. Thank you, Peter. Heather.
They're owner of Denmar's Displays and Exhibits, basically your event specialist. I used to say trade show, although that is the focus for us, but really it's really any business event where you're trying to create presence with and convert it into power. Basically means that I am a large and small format printer, basically printing everything from floor to ceiling and everything between with no minimum. So if you want a pair of underwear branded, I don't know why, but you want one? I'll do one. Yeah. Hats, mitts, gloves, mat, cups, mugs, apparel, trade show booths up to 100 feet and more. So anything small, large, feel free to talk to me. Let's make your presence turn into power.
I'm still thinking about the underwear. Okay, Mimi, you're up.
Hi, everybody. I am the person that gives you a lot more peace inside your heart by taking all the administration off your plate. What's unique about me is that I'll do everything from VA to COO, but more importantly, I learn how you think. And we were talking about this today. I make it my mission to learn how you think so that I can support people in their branding and be as close to being their twin as possible.
Yeah, and she's organized. Just saying.
Very organized.
Yeah, anybody who's written a book on being organized, she's pretty organized. Okay, but Jeremy, if you're there, hopefully you're there.
Yes, I'm here, but just not in front of my computer.
Well,
To make it okay, fair. So to make it super quick, everybody. My name is Jeremy Lechana. I own an AI agency. So essentially, the three core pillars that I do is I eliminate, delegate, and automate your business. So if you're looking to install AI tools to eliminate, delegate, and automate some areas of your business, let's chat.
Fantastic. Listen, can you talk a little bit about the government grants?
Oh, you want me to do it here? Okay, yeah, perfect. So there are two grants. One of them is out currently. There's a grant up to $5,000 if you are a business owner, which is everybody here. So regardless if you're online, in person, virtual, not in business, but have a business but didn't make any money, you still qualify. These grants are very easy to get to, and it expires at the end of this month. Coming into next month, there's going to be an AI grant. That AI grant, I'm going to have direct affiliation to it so we can chat.
Excellent. And we have a seminar coming up, so definitely check that out. But if you're interested in the grant that expires at the end of this month, which is the $5,000 grant, please reach out to Jeremy because they'll go through all of the paperwork with you to get you in at least submitted for that grant if you qualify. It's nice to have an extra couple $1,000, right? All right, John, you're up.
Yeah. So I see a lot of familiar faces here. Just out of curiosity, by a show of hands, you just go like this. How many of us here have attended one of our events, a BizCon?
Oh, really?
Is that everyone?
Wow, good.
So do I need to do this? No. Maybe Jeremy has it because I can't see. Yeah.
I have not.
So just out of curiosity, you should go like this again. Who out of those who have come has found value in being there?
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Great. So look, we produce some very large business development trade show conferences. Jeremy, would love for you to come out to one. Obviously, all you guys have been out to these BizCons. We appreciate you being there. It means a lot to us as an organization. It's really you guys that help make these events become a great success. We have a lot of partnerships. We already partner with Ivan at This Great City. That actually equates to complimentary admission for all This Great City members because it is a paid event. And we bring you in for the VIP, and you can join in a catered lunch and things like that while you're at the show. But it's important for us that we're delivering on our promises. When you come out to the event, we want to connect you with hundreds of business owners, executives, entrepreneurs. We want to make some great connections for you guys and give you the opportunity to help expand your networks and grow your business when you come to BizCon. This year, our focus is, getting some more people behind the tables. So we definitely want to, have you guys take the plunge if you haven't, gotten a table at BizCon in the past. You should think about doing it for 2026. It's a whole paradigm shift when you do that. So being on the other side of the table, it's not like you're just getting out to a regular networking event. The stage is set for you. So people are coming around booth to booth to booth to booth to booth. If they're stopping at your booth, like I say, it's already set, right? They're expecting to hear about you and your business. You don't have to get into the small talk about what they do, what you do. There is a um kind of a direction for people, and they understand that they're there to learn about your business and all the ways in which you can help them. Um, and that's great, in a trade show setting. Obviously, we talked about no one's better able to sell your business than you yourself.
Right.
So that's why, coming out to an event like BizCon is a great opportunity because you have the opportunity to be that person, talk to your prospective client directly there, create a relationship. Like Heather was saying, people like her, and which is why they do business with her. Same thing with Lynn. So that's an opportunity for people to be introduced to you as a person, as your brand, and hopefully you can win their business in person. Jeremy, the thing about BizCon, if you've never been out to these events, they're pretty huge. We're usually floating around, 80 to 100 exhibitors. We get multiple hundreds of business owners, executives, and entrepreneurs out to the show. We're moving into our 12th year now doing these events.
Cool.
So it's a long running event. It's very successful. And, we just appreciate having you guys there.
Awesome. Okay. Renee had his hand up there. Renee?
No, it was my mistake.
Oh, mistake. Okay. All right, Heather.
Sorry.
I just want to jump off of what John is saying. We've all been in attendance. Denmark particularly has been a printing partner since the beginning of time with John. And we do give discounts for every This Great City member who purchases anything while they're to go to BizCon, including we have used units. I also want to say that John's new event is actually in KW, up in my neck of the woods. So if, we would love, because we're trying to expand This Great City in the KW area as well as Guelph, if we could actually get as many members to have an aisle in This Great City pavilion for Kitchener, Waterloo, or for the KW Wellington, I think it's called, John, event would be fabulous. It's being held at Bingham's. I think it's in June.
It's actually in September. So there's 4 events this year. It's called the Waterloo Wellington event, which sort of casts a wider net, so multiple cities. We know that sort of Waterloo is a bit of a tech hub in Canada. A lot of tech companies coming out of that space, but we've been having calls to do an event in the KW Waterloo regions for a long time. So 2026 the year. But our next event on the docket is actually our Mississauga event, which is arguably maybe the best one. But it takes place at the Mississauga Convention Center. It's right around the corner, it's happening on Wednesday, March the 25th, Mississauga Convention Center. It's going to be great. But we do have a list of 4 shows this year, which will be Mississauga, which is a long-running show, Toronto, long-running show, our new event region, Waterloo, Wellington, and then we round everything up in Hamilton for the Greater Hamilton area event at the end of the year. But anyone who's interested, you just want to see, the schedule, or you want to put it on your calendar, shoot over to bizcon.ca, and there's a brand new website up for 2026 we just launched, but you can have a look at the upcoming dates and the schedule, and you can put that in your calendar. We'll get a link out to you guys for some complimentary tickets through This Great City. But speaking of partnerships, right, like Heather said, we've been partnering with Denmark Displays for an extremely long time. We have been tight with This Great City for a very long time. But I just want to put it out there, to everybody. I've always been big on partnerships, and kind of taking care of your partners and making sure that you deliver for your partners and that they're getting a good experience out of the partnership, but also leveraging their services as well, and having a good reciprocal relationship in that regard. So if you see some synergy there, or you thought there's a good way that you guys might be able to partner your business with BizCon on a higher level, please reach out. we're always up for new opportunities, and I'd be interested to hear what you had to say.
Yeah, and listen, just to jump on that, of course, I'm going to have the final word on this, but at every event, we strive to attract at least enough people to fill a booth, to fill an aisle, right? And I'm going to just tell you the blessing it is for the members that are in that aisle, because the This Great City energy among our members is great. So if you're interested, please call John, book your table, and let him know that you're with This Great City, so that John will put you near in our row at least. And like our members really help to promote other members that are around us and support other members that are around us. I know that Mimi was next to me one time, and she had to run off. She goes, "Ivan, can you look after my table?" Yeah, for sure. I'm here for you, right? Like we're here for each other. So please let John know, and I'd love to have as many of you participate. And at the end of the day, uh, I can't even imagine not being at a BizCon, because the benefit, not just in an individual show, but after people get to see you over and over and over again. Heather, you could probably attest to this. The more they see you, the more they respond favorably to your brand. So therefore, this is my push for BizCon. If you do nothing else this year, attend 2 BizCons. If you do nothing else, it will add value to your business. All right. So with that said, listen, I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow night we're in Mississauga. Valbeer's doing her thing at the Boston Pizza out there on Winston Drive. And then we have second Wednesday in Burlington. Definitely come out to that and have a coffee with us. And then, of course, Thursday morning we have Tech Talk. And then Thursday evening, we're in Guelph, right? We're doing the event over at Amelia's place at the real estate office there. All the information is in the calendar, but I hope to see you guys there, and it's going to be great weather, so I will be there. My car works. There's no problem. I hope to see everybody out there in Guelph. All right, everybody, thanks for jumping on today, and hopefully next week we will see Catherine. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, that was last minute, but I think we did okay.
Is that the week after, Ivan? It's Family Day next week, right?
Oh yes, the week. Yeah, so we still do morning coffee on holidays. We do it it's the holiday edition, usually smaller and a little bit more intimate. So if you're not here, I get it. But definitely jump on. If you have nothing else to do, then definitely join us on Monday next week. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys again.
See you later.
Thank you.
Ivan, can you hang on for 1 second?
Of course.
Awesome.
I will hang out. Thanks.
Thank you, bye.
Take
Have a
care.
good day.
All right, Renee. Take care. Thanks, everybody. Good seeing you, Sandra.
Yeah, nice to
Good
see you too,
seeing you.
Ivan. Let's
Yes.
see you soon.
Okay,
See you tomorrow night.